everyone, welcome back to my channel, Lay on Keys. If you're new to my channel, welcome and thanks for joining, and please feel free to subscribe. So in this video, I will be going over how to play reggae. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with what reggae is, pretty much a Jamaican style of music, very common. That's like their staple sound. But yeah, you can hear this in, for example, one of the biggest reggae stars like Bob Marley's music. But yeah, sometimes we use this genre in church as well, or even in pop. Anyway, it's pretty straightforward. I will go over how to play the right hand first. So with the right hand, there's not much to it. All we're really doing is playing chords at a time. And when I mean chords, I mean like the triads. And you're just pretty much playing it to the rhythm. So for example, let's take What a Friend We Have in Jesus, for example, like the reggae version. So if you guys remember, there's a melody. All right, so now if I were to play a reggae version of this on the right hand, and I'll just play the one note on the left hand, it would sound something like this. This is one way to play it. Alright, so that's pretty simple. You're just playing a chord to the beat, basically. Another way you can play the chords, instead of just playing it like this, you can actually do it double time, so like something like this. So that's another way. You can also do another variation. So pretty much where you're kind of alternating between these notes like this. So here's how it goes. Yeah, so yeah, any of those variations work. And of course, it doesn't have to be, a straight chord. You can also invert the chords as well. I think I might have introduced this concept, but basically when you, move the keys over, like around. So for example, instead of just doing this, you could do something like this. So you see how like for this F major chord, we're putting this, instead of playing the C here, we're moving the C down here. And one thing I'll mention about, quickly about inverted chords, you'll find out that sometimes using inverted chords is an easy way to move the hands around, because it requires less movement than if you were to actually play the chord straight. So you see how like for here, when you're going from C to F, when you play the chords like that, there's a lot more movement you have to do with your hands. But if you just move like this, you're not really moving much, right? Okay, so that's just a small side note. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the few variations you can play with reggae. There's probably like way more out there, but as long as you're pretty much following that beat, you can't go wrong. It's pretty simple. Now for the left hand, same thing, not much for the left hand. If you have a bass player, you really don't have to play that much on the left hand. You could probably just play a one-noter. So like I demonstrated like this. But if you happen to not have a bass player available, you know, you can always take over with more keys on the left hand. So you can do kind of like how I demonstrated in the last video when I went over how to play different bass lines. You can do something like this. You can do an octave. Or you can even do this variation here. That one might be a little bit trickier because you're moving the fingers a lot more, but just for practice, and you know, it will come easy. But for the most part, you can keep it simple. Just play one note or octave or anything like that. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the reggae beat. It's pretty straightforward. You can pretty much use this technique for any reggae song. But like for another example, I'm sure you guys may have heard of One Love by Bob Marley. I'll just play the melody really quick. So I'll just quickly play, like, you know, what you would play on the piano for that. So like to One Love. See, pretty straightforward. So that's pretty much it. And like I said, there's probably other variations, other tricks you can do, but the best part about reggae that we could do for reggae is just to keep it simple. Because reggae is really more about the beat and not really about the theatrics. So as long as you know how to play this simple beat, you're good for reggae. Alright, so now it's time for the quiz. I'm going to try and make this more of a interactive activity. So if you have your keyboards, you can pull them out. Of course, if you don't have your keyboard, that's fine. You could just follow along. But I will try to play a beat and then play a melody for both the songs that I introduced, and you can just try to use the tricks that I showed you to play along with it. Okay, well, so without further ado, here we go. All right, so that's it for the activity. So don't feel bad if you weren't able to follow along or play along. it's fine as long as you were able to just practice with the rhythm. That's the whole point. Doesn't have to be perfect. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave it in the comment box below. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye.